Thank you, David, and thank you, Robert Clark, as we get set for the Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks, who come into the 4-game winning streak on the strength of the veteran Marc-Andre Fleury. But tonight, it's the second-year man, Kevin Lankinen, who gets the nod for his career. 18 wins against 16 losses, just one victory in 5 starts. This year, however, the other end, Stuart Skinner, coming off a professional career high, 46 saves. He got the win, and he was brilliant. 2-1 shootout over Winnipeg and Edmonton's last encounter on Thursday. The Hawks beat Seattle on Wednesday. We've got Chicago playing well, and Edmonton atop the West in points percentage. Duncan Keith, 16 years of Blackhawk Louie, and both coaches utilizing some interesting starting lineups.
Yeah, you like to see this. Derek King starts John Kerr on the right-hand side tonight, and also Caleb Jones in the backhand Bolton 7 goals. As you mentioned, Duncan Keith, 16 years in Chicago. He's starting in this one against his old team.
He's Louie. I'm Jack, and here we go with Edmonton and Chicago. As David mentioned, for the first time since summer 2020, when Duncan Keith and Jonathan Taves led the Hawks to an upset. Here's Kirby Dach. He was great in that series. Centering pass, open man, Kane, and tucked behind by Skinner's leather right off the hop. Kane historically has lit Edmonton up, but a quick glimpse of how Skinner played in Edmonton's last outing on Thursday. David sends it in deep, quickly reversed by Seth Jones, playing nearly 26 minutes a night in his first year in Chicago. 9th year in the league. Tyson Barrett sent skipping toward the net by Nugent Hopkins, gloved by Lankinen, quickly dished off, and now Jake McCabe, the longtime Buffalo Sabre, is under duress, but he's able to flick it up the boards, and Chicago's got a developing 3-on-1. Walking in, Hagel, a centering pass, quick back tipped away, Nugent Hopkins on the backdraft, stuffing Jonathan Taves, the Chicago captain. Draisaitl, the league's leading scorer, a heavy collision with Connor Murphy. Breaking away is Hagel, who grew up just north of Edmonton. Lead pass fired in by the aforementioned Hagel and taken off the glass by Cody Ceci. The story in Edmonton, Darnell Nurse, after 326 consecutive games, missing time with a broken finger. Has not missed a game since February 2017. Cassie and Ryan McLeod working around the boards, but Patrick Kane has room. Intended for the break, it cut off and fired in by Philip Broberg, making his National Hockey League debut tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. McLeod to Zach Cassian. McLeod back to work. Getting worked over in the corner by Caleb Jones, who never quite got full traction in Edmonton. Swatted in the corner. Riley still. He was flat.
I get the crowd into it early, too.
Vogel, continual pressure, but Kirby Dach is able to break out of the zone. And he'll dish just behind Patrick Kane. Vogel had it, runs, and inadvertently poked it toward his net where Skinner will fall.
Real fast start for the Hawks here. You can see why Edmonton has to tighten things up early in this game. It's complicated with an extra chance early on, and just the drive by Kirby Dach up the ice. This puck finds itself right in the slot, and Kane gets that quick little wrister away that Skinner has to fight it off. And for Draisaitl, it's a pretty heavy hit for Murphy on that right side boards, and then Vogel finishes hard right there, Stillman in the corner. Ratcheted up that physicality as well. That was a good pushback shift by that third line of Edmonton to keep that puck in the offensive zone. Going end-to-end with this Chicago team could be very dangerous. They're always looking to jump up and run.
Draisaitl was hit with senior Turris, lost the faceoff, slammed on net, and one save again made by Skinner on Seth Jones. Eric Gustafson, originally drafted by the Oilers, his second stint with Chicago, Ryan Coveney. Jones, Gustafson dropped wide, rebounded, line hop off the inboards, snatched and cleared by Draisaitl. Going down to knock it down is Jones, and he smacked it out of midair, and there's the hand-eye, and he reloads for Chicago.
Yeah, Seth Jones playing with his brother Caleb in this game tonight for the second time. Caleb played his first game Wednesday in Seattle, and a good blast from the blue line. What recovery by Seth with that excellent skating ability to get back and knock that one down.
Win over the Kraken was the Hawks' first away from home after 6 consecutive losses to open the year. He dropped 12 of 13, and now Lankinen is able to catch a wrist shot from Chris Russell.
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks were outshot like that in that game, especially in the second and third period Wednesday in Seattle. 30-11 they were outshot, and early on they're getting pucks to the net from all areas. This is a pass by Jones to traffic, and an excellent save. Stuart Skinner has to kind of look through Carpenter, who's standing right on the doorstep to fight that one off. He's made a couple good early saves already on some key shots from the Hawks.
Draisaitl between Yamamoto and Nugent Hopkins now. Keith and Bouchard, the reworked deep pairings for Edmonton head coach Dave Tippett. Face-off win for Draisaitl. Bouchard a wrister. One off by Lankinen. Rebound. Yamamoto hit from behind by McCabe. Stayed with it. Cycle maintained by Leon Draisaitl. Pressure from Taves. Connor Murphy came over. Tried to one-hand it out. Did not do it. One-time attempt from Draisaitl, and he fanned on it, and it was cleared by the Hawks. Up the left-hand glass. Bouchard defending against the on-rushing Jonathan Taves, and now an offside whistled against Chicago.
For a former Selke winner goal.
Leon
Draisaitl. This is a nice little read. He gets his body in front of Leon Draisaitl. He loves to spin back, but then the good stick of Draisaitl picks it off, and he just whiffs on this one-time attempt. That puck comes right back to him off the stick of Nugent Hopkins. And that'll be a battle we watch all night long, Jack. Two real good 200-foot players going at it there.
Draisaitl now a point on Thursday night, Louis, and Dave Tippett told us it might have been his best game of the year. Sent in by Seth Jones off the draw. To bring it on Russian. Look to create. Kick back to the point, Jones. Riley Stillman a shot into the crowd, and that was blocked. Bouchard after it for the Oilers, and they'll break out. Connor McDavid thundering his way in. Wrist shot, and he blistered that one lob. Scored another beauty on Thursday against Winnipeg. Patrick Kane catches an outlet. Waits, ditches, Stillman open shot puck. Rebound Kane. Saves Skinner. And he's got Kane twice already tonight. Patrick Kane battling with McDavid. And now you've got Bouchard. Kane and McDavid won the Art Ross of pretty much every trophy in back-to-back years. Hearts as well. 2016 for Kane, 2017 for McDavid. Here's Ceci with a steal. A shot and a save made by Lankinen into his squeeze.
Good action early on, and Patrick Kane with a couple good chances. The first rush up the ice by Connor McDavid, a good job by him. Picks up this puck with speed. It was Evan Bouchard who fed it to him, and that's a shot from distance through the defender that gets fought off, Lankinen, and a good block right there that goes right to Patrick Kane in the slot. And that's the second time he's had that puck between the hash marks. Look how far down Seth Jones was on that play. He was standing right in front of Stuart Skinner.
Clean face-off win for Reese Johnson, and the Hawks clear down the right-hand side. Johnson, hit the corner on Ryan Cloud. Looked like Rick Reardon trying to plow his way through, but Cloud got back into the mix and lifts it softly through the middle. Cassian stays on side. Hit by McCabe, shot off the rush low goal. That was denied by Lankinen. Hugging that far side. Brobrook trying to sneak down low, and he was pasted by Johnson. Carpenter ahead. Kurashev tries a shot, ricocheted right to Taylor, and line one line, taken off the end board, put it down low. It eluded Kurashev, and now Tyler Brinson breaks out through center. It's the Chicago line, 1-on-4. Smartly just pumps it back behind the net. Jones, Gustafson, advanced through the care. Played 6 years in Edmonton. Dylan Stillman shot. That's blocked cleanly by Skinner.
Jackpots.net. Casino games perfectly made for you.
Jack, you're getting the sense here early on that if you kind of watch your pass or don't get back quickly, you're going to have an outnumbered rush the other way. Both teams are really looking for transitional play, and that's another one right down Main Street. Stuart Skinner has to fight off. Looking for that opportunistic transitional play. Anytime that puck turns over, there's a guy right up the ice looking for the pass.
They're looking to get going offensively a little bit. A lot of people would not have told you that Chicago would be 29th in the league in scoring.
Too many good players. And, you know, Derek King talked about that. He said the team was really tight, gripping the stick a little bit too much when he took over.
Hubeli to take inside the center now, shot by Stillman. That was blocked, and this may be icing against Tyson Barrie. message from the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup.
We want to see your game-changing good deeds to make hockey more inclusive. Visit ChevroletGoodDeedsCup.ca to find out more.
Now Draisaitl face-off against Kirby Doc. Derek Kangaroo, the first Hawks coach in their 95 years of existence to start his tenure 4-0. It's not too bad. That's 39 coaches.
It's a good start. You know, he said, listen, there's no miracle plan they've been implemented. It's just about trying to loosen guys up and play the game they can play. They seem to be buying in. Obviously, anytime there's a coaching change, you're going to have that instant kind of, I like to call it, attention from the players.
Gustafson off the rush. That was swallowed up by Nugent Hopkins. And now you've got Patrick. So again, you want to start the way the Hawks did, 1-9-2. You're looking for any sort of change. Yamamoto will bring it up through center. Stymied there, and Doc will force it back in. Another with ties to the local area. Doc's auntie was my son's English coach. 70s teacher. Of course.
Losing to injury in Thursday's win over Winnipeg. The result of blocking a shot that Nate Smith, seconds to go in regulation, Moose favored his hand a bit. Played in overtime, but post-game examination showed a fractured finger. Good news is surgery not required and should be back mid-December at the latest. Meanwhile, Phil Robert, 2019 first-round pick, gets a shot tonight, Jack.
His NHL debut, thanks, Scott. And it should be noted, Darnell Nurse played a factor. He killed 3 of the 4 minutes on a Winnipeg power play that carried into overtime.
Broken finger and all.
Just gutting it out. Fired in by Murphy. Glanced off the boards, collected. And now Carpenter's centering pass picked off by Hyman. Oilers on the counter. Drop past McDavid, and when it was knocked off his stick, Kurashek gaining control in front of his own bench, firing it in. Skinner deep way to CC. Reese Johnson continues to finish. Checks it out. Steal by Stroman. Backhander. That was blocked by McDavid. Quickly off to Duncan Keith. The outlet to Warren Fogle. 2-on-2. Fogle hard to the hole. Held up by Caleb Jones. Unwanted interference. Uncorked up. CC. Broberg. Shot not much on it. Deflected high up on the window. Snatched by McLeod. CC to Broberg. Another shot. Redirected. The ricochet lands at the feet of Mike Hardman with a smart clear to center. Edmonton's offside.
Good pace. The back was on there for Warren Fogle. We've seen him a couple of times this game already. Just using that size, goes inside out, back again through the legs. And kind of gets interfered with a little bit there. You're right. That was Caleb Jones and going to load him out. And then here's the wrister from Broberg. The blue line just kind of hits off the back of the legs. But always dangerous when they have that traffic in front. Bodies around the goaltender. It's something Edmonton wants to do a little bit more. Have that shooting mentality. Funnel punch to the net. Keep going down the goaltender. Almost didn't see that last one that came through.
I mentioned we haven't seen these two clubs hook up since August 2020, which of course is only 15 months, but for the Hawks, just 7 forwards and 2 deep left from that team. No goals. Here's Seth Jones. Gustafson. Spooning one on net. That's picked up with no problem by Skinner.
Seth Jones, just watching him take that puck up the ice through the defensive zone, just effortlessly skating, and he's always looking to jump right through and punch through the defenders and get, and that's how he scored Wednesday night in Seattle. The first goal was right there in the doorstep, standing in the blue paint, beautiful pass from the rink. But that's the danger that he provides for his team against opposition. You never know if he's going on one of those rushes.
Picked up his 300th point on Wednesday against Seattle. Shot by Gustafson. Off the draw, rattled the Taves. As you saw, Jones points in 7th grade. Fires from the point. That's skipped wide. Collected and cleared by Yamamoto. Nugent Hopkins, a soft toss intended for Draisaitl. Batted down by Jones, and he'll wheel it right back to the neutral zone. Sent in by Kubalik. Longest goal-scoring drought of his career right now. 10 games. Nugent Hopkins failed to clear. Kubalik put it on the half wall, but Barry was able to clear routinely for Edmonton. McCabe to Murphy, and it's snapped right back in. McCabe against Tyson Barry. And Scott Oak will be joined by, alongside my partner Louis DeBrusque on After Hours. Lead pass on the wing. Doc tried to sneak inside. Taken out. Barry with the position. And a clear by Chris Russell. Jesse Pugliardi waiting. David trying to bank it off, and nearly succeeded. Popped up the boards for Alex DeBrincat, who leads Chicago with 9 goals. So now we've got a whistle. Lankinen might have an issue.
Sequence where the skate comes off. As he gets back against the post, he pops it right out. We'll see it extend when he tries to move back to the blue paint. The heel hits that post and then it goes away. We'll be back after
The dishes order all your game time favorites now. Connor McDavid hungry to go 1-4, maybe 1-3, and where does he find the room to maneuver on such unworldly goals? Seems it's his unique ability to accelerate with a single stride, that along with 1 or 2 crossovers. Suddenly he's got space on either side. As Dave Tippett says, most clear-thinking players, by facing 3 or 4 defenders, McDavid's got the skills, not just to find the room, but to create it with goals that will live forever, Jack.
Speaking of hungry, Scott, Louie and I contend with this every game at Rogers Place, the overwhelming popcorn smell. It's really unfair. We battle through adversity no one knows about. Here's McDavid, centering pass. Just went through Pugliardi. Shot, Boucher,
for a goaltender to see a puck, and that's exactly what Edmonton does here. Nice little check into the zone, aggressive forecheck, turns his puck over. With the speed of McDavid, Ivan funnels and comes back to him. Gets a piece of this on road, and McDavid coming from the top of that, finds that loose puck and just jams it home. Lankinen tries to extend across, but he goes upstairs over top of the bag. After getting his skate fixed, he's back in between the pipes, and just that traffic in front of Zach Hyman right now. And then he gets a piece of it en route, deflects down into the goalie, right to McDavid. 1-0 Edmonton.
This is Connor McDavid's 3rd career goal against Chicago in the regular season. He was averaging less than a point a game against the Hawks coming in. He scores his 12th of the year, and that puts him in the tie for 2nd. Bouchard and Hyman, the helpers, and the Oilers score the first goal for the first time in Chicago. Fogle will dump it in. Kicks off the boards, touched up by Jones, and now you've got Cassian hammering Caleb Jones about his one-time teammate.
Yeah, conversation afterwards, too, is Kurashev heading the penalty box here, but look at this goal. And again, anytime you can get a puck into the danger zone, something young Evan Bouchard is so good at. A little whiff by Pugliardi, and then Bouchard instantly puts him right back down into the mix. And it goes right down where Zach Hyman is, bounces right to McDavid. The quick hands Barry for a 1-0 lead. Here's the penalty right here. And he was sliced right there, takes down Grover in his first National Hockey League games.
So just 31 seconds after the goal, the Hawks are shorthanded against the league's best power play. But Chicago is on the back end, and they're going to get it too. Taves just high-stick McDavid. Touches up, and it's a 2-minute advantage for a full minute 48 with Captain Sirius heading to the box.
Tough action to get to as he went to the penalty box, but no question he tries to lift the stick as Dean Morton makes this.
Chicago, number 19, 2 minutes, high stick.
Just trying to lift the stick. Right there until the blade comes up and catches him right in the mouth.
looking for Hyman, who just missed it. Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Barry round out the Edmonton 5 zone. McDavid, Draisaitl loading up, dishing. What's over? Barry scores two.
To Hyman, who's right in front of the net, just kind of shuffles into position, puts the stick down. He doesn't miss by much. The second time he goes to Draisaitl, look how far and aggressive Lankinen was to come across and try and take away the one time. And there's no question he's seen a bunch of time on the video replay. That means a wide open net. And a beautiful little back pass by Draisaitl. And Tyson Barrie just leans into that one. Overcommitment by Lankinen on that one-time shot. This thick that's coming from Draisaitl allows Barrie to just rip that into the open net.
And you have to respect it. Yep. He's got 9 goals on the power play, 17 on the year. So it's still a power play for the Oilers. But for 90 seconds, Draisaitl steps in, tosses toward the net, and Lankinen will squeeze.
So many options. David takes the boost. His speed, he looks and he looks so good. He can throw that puck to. He can go right to the net. He can shoot it himself. He can put it back for Draisaitl. Just great orientation. Ripping this one, he stops it, knows the goalie's out of position and finds Barrie in the slot. On the next one time.
Irby has joined Nugent Hopkins in the slot, but off the draw, Chicago's able to get it clear. McDavid, by the way, with a goal and assist already in the last minute and a half. That extends his point streak to 25 games dating back to last year, including the first 17 this season. Here's Draisaitl walking in. Also has 399 career assists. Barrie to Draisaitl. Poised as can be. Barrie to McDavid. Cross ice, tipped. Draisaitl will collect. Survey. McDavid back inside. And Draisaitl with a drive-by, and it's hammered up ice by Ryan Carpenter of Chicago. Skinner advances. McDavid let it go through to Draisaitl. He'll try to tug it back to McDavid. Broken up but not out of the zone. Nugent Hopkins and McDavid through one man. A second. He maintains on his backhand, and now a third. Finally, Jake McCabe is able to relieve McDavid of the puck. Bounce it off the end boards. Hawks have not won a game and given up the first goal all year. 8 losses without a victory. Duncan Keith with 10 on the power play. Bouchard, Turris, Cassian have come on. A steal by Kirby Dach. Entered briefly. Cassian picks it back. Keith looks up ice, hits Turris. Warren Fogle could not handle that pass, and it's cleared by Murphy.
Bucks bouncing around out there right now. I think nobody seems to be able to put a fork in and handle it on the entries for Edmonton anyway. They almost came up with it a second time after it dribbled off the stick of McDavid. Just got a little bit of a lucky bounce for it to stay in, but again, up on edge, that puck finds its way out of the zone. And right there you saw Fogle able to handle it again as that puck was up on edge.
Dominic Kugli to Patrick Kane. So the Oilers go 1 for 2 on the power play. Now a clear down the left-hand side ice field. He waved off. Jones has to scramble out. Smoked by Cassian. Strong. When he lazy pass, turned over. McDavid did not thread it through to Draisaitl. Patrick Kane in over the line. Waits. Flips over to Kugli right center, and that was broken up by Skinner. Shift off glass, not out just yet. Ultimately put behind Stillman. And a wave off icing. The speed of Hyman negated. McDavid put it cross corner, but it was cleared by Kurashev. Now Patrick Kane. Waiting. Big shot off the Russian. Dylan Strong by Stuart Skinner. Irby streaks in. Caleb Jones rides him into the boards with a perfect hit. Against that superior. Still skating. Caleb Jones is on the power play for his team. Kurashev will shovel it in. Chicago will get a 6-man on. Barrie touches up. And with 5:19 to go, we'll come back with Chicago. Some influence. There's more than a coincidence on that goal. Off the draw, backhander Kirby Dach. He presses a button. He can create his own storyline. Here's Patrick Kane as the Hawks look to answer on the power play. One-timer Seth Jones, and that disappeared in the ground on the ring to Jake. The Hawks power play struggled a bit lately. 1 for their last 18.
Which is incredible. You look at the Lakers and who they have on the ice right now. That shot by Seth Jones got deflected. Stuart Skinner had no idea where it was. It was up over top of the glass. Right there, it goes off the stick. Kirby Dach in front.
And Bouchard with the length of the ice clear. Following the draw. Draisaitl exits. Seabier and Yamamoto out there. Derek Ryan was banged up. Otherwise, it'd be Ryan Yamamoto who steals.
You're going to see Seabier just kind of continue to pressure Seth Jones. He tries to reverse this attack, and he goes right to counter Yamamoto. He gets his head up, doesn't stick handle in the game, puts it up over top of the glove. Blanket, just a real good half slap or head up, gets a spot, finds the match, and 3-0 Edmonton.
The key there, no hesitation, as you called it, Lou. Tyler Yamamoto bangs in his 4th of the year and his first career shorthanded goal. Hawks go on the power play now for another 15. Now they're down 3. Taves scores lost briefly in the States. Seth Jones. Taves. DeBrincat wired one inside. It was broken up. Here comes Nugent short-handed. He's got Ryman with him. Cuts inside, straight center, and that was broken up. DeBrincat coming off a Gordie Howe against Seattle. Little give and go, but lifted off the stick by Bouchard. Duncan Keith down the block, angled by Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard, length of the ice. Chicago's power play will dwindle inside 20.
Coolest Gordie Howe hat-tricks I've seen. 2 beautiful plays and assist to goal for DeBrincat. That fight was getting hard. He was going after it.
He was throwing thunderous right hooks and landed in the circle. Kurashev. Dominic Kubalik. Gustafsson. One-timer Kubalik. Skinner rebound, knocks it out. Seabier lunges, can't clear. Second effort Yamamoto. And he'll find Seabier up through center. And now he gets it back at full strength. Yamamoto down. And a block for Blanket, who's been under fire here. Edmonton 3 goals on 12 shots and back to full strength.
Just a confident move by Tyler Yamamoto, getting the feet moving and walking in with another good chance.
Gustafsson, and now Ryan Carpenter. Breaks in with a shot that's speared aside by Skinner. Doyle will put it down low. CC. Soccer the way over against Puljuarvi. Carved out of there by Reese Johnson. Trying to round the road. David eventually chisels it free. Draisaitl and Puljuarvi for Jordan. Return pass Draisaitl. Tucks inside. Snap one. Just wide on the left-hand side. Kara was able to angle him for Carpenter. Right through it now. Reese Johnson. Good pass. Johnson flashed it around the board. Season ties up Hagel and eventually punched by McDavid over to Duncan Keith, who led Chicago in ice time for every one of his 16 years with the Hawks. Taves shot very large. No problem. 2 minutes to go. It's 3-0 Edmonton. Find your new favorite show on CBC Gem, from must-see series from Canada to international hits. CBC Gem lets you stream it all free.
Stumble here, he's smiling about it now, but when you see an official go down, you're always a little concerned. You don't expect to go down the right here to try and spin. Logan, Zach Cassidy tapped him and said, hey, you okay? He was a tough customer when he played. Scored a goal in his only game that he played in the National Hockey League. He shrugged that one off.
McDavid. Bouchard. And that was deflected out of play by Caleb Jones.
It's been a fast pace in this game. We expected that from the Hawks, 24 straight coming in here tonight. Playing Edmonton, a team that also has some speed to burn and look for those opportunities. It's a good stick in the neutral zone, and Caleb Jones playing for the first time against his old team, Edmonton. Joe Kara as well, talked to him this morning about it. He says, I don't know how I'm going to feel playing against the guys. You know, you go up against guys you've known and you've played with and battled for the last 5-6 years, and being a big guy himself, he says, hey, I'm just going to go out there and play my game, and that's really all you can do. It's sometimes a little bit different when you're playing against friends.
McLeod. Broberg, full goal, drops it off, backhand,
beautiful little pass to find McLeod. He's the one that sets it up behind the slot. He spins around, gets lost right to the net. Beautiful little touch pass onto the tape, goes to the backhand right there. And like it, no chance on that one because of a quick movement here by McLeod. He picks this puck off. It's instantly to the backhand, elevated over top of the pad. Looking at Marc-Andre Fleury here, he gets the night off playing Vancouver tomorrow night. He's expected to play in that game 4-0. You wondered if there was going to be a look from Derek King, but none of early in this one.
Well, again, he knows it's the front end of the back-to-back. Marc-Andre Fleury is set to turn 37 next weekend, but he's been playing so well. 3 straight wins and just locking it down for the Hawks. I mean, to be fair, Louis has not had much of a shot here. Well,
I mean, the types of goals that he gets scoring, and he's been able to stop the shots coming his way. The one by Yale, one that was, full beat in a short-handed position from a little bit outside the top of the circle. Still an excellent shot, but other than that, 3 other ones.
yeah, the break it, big shot from the outside. That's the NHL pair of pass focus. This is Stuart Scott.
32 seconds.
Revisit incredible moments from past Olympic Winter Games and get inspired on the road to Beijing. Check out the Olympic Channel only on CBC Channel.
As you mentioned, Kevin Lankinen, the 3 goals against, he's literally out of position. No chance for him to get back on those ones. Yamamoto, the only one that he's beating kind of mano-a-mano, short-handed. But Edmonton has just put the pressure on.
And centering pass picked up by Skinner. Excuse me, partner.
On the flip side, this guy's playing great. You saw what he did 2 nights ago. 46 saves on the night. In the 2-1 win over the Winnipeg Jets. The shootout was outstanding. Gets a second start in succession for the first time in his career. He's topped everything so far.
Kane. The set of Jones and now the Brendan crowded by Duncan Keith. Should mention that Philip Broberg making his NHL debut. Got his first NHL assist, and here's a redirect to the perfect tip by Kirby Dach. And the Hawks have some life here. Dach's fourth, a beautiful redirect top corner, 4-1.
Well, we saw him tip one earlier on and went up over top of the glass. Has excellent hand-eye coordination, Kirby Dach in front of the net, and he's looking for this. This is just a nice little wrist shot onto the net by Seth Jones. Good work in the corner to win this one, using the body to protect Jones. Dach does, and then eventually works himself back. That quick little release goes off of Kirby Dach, changes direction quite a bit. He goes right in off the post, past Stuart Skinner's glove-hand side. 4-1.
Seth Jones points the game straight. Kirby Dach plays right in that play-in series. That's an important goal. That breathes some life into the Hawks bench heading into the dressing room. Now it's 4-1, and maybe game on. Touched on by DeBrincat. After a first 19 minutes plus, that was just all Edmonton coming in waves. Yamamoto, lead pass, Draisaitl, 5 seconds. He's got a release. Checked by Connor Murphy. Dach peeked at the clock. What time region? Dach gets pushed it wide. Hawks might have been clock watching there, and Edmonton just missed a chance to restore a 4-goal lead. But It's 4-1, a highly entertaining opening 20 minutes of the
To you, fighting for you, big man. And I know you're in battle right now, and we're all rooting for you.
Oilers playing Chicago tonight. Joe Murray, our outstanding colleague, one of those kind people when he first arrived in the National Hockey League. Great broadcaster, even better person. Get back in the booth soon, Joe. Okie, what do you got?
I'm fighting for a lifelong best friend. Can't realize that so I know, thankfully, is winning his battle with cancer, and now he will thankfully make the Dutch national team.
That is fantastic news, both for him, and it sounds like for you too, Scott. So, a little heavier in the wallet is always good. Hawks need to get heavy on the board. They're trailing 4-1. Alex DeBrincat has been credited for the Chicago goal on a double redirect. He picks up his 6th goal in 7 games from Doc and Jones. And Hope Sr. gets an assist on the Yamamoto shorthanded goal. Kane walks in. Cross-ice delivery. Doc will collect. Pressure from McDavid. First shorthanded goal allowed by Chicago this year. Here's Kane trying to center. And that was picked off by Bouchard. Hyman and Puljujärvi across the line with McDavid. Rolls toward the net. And Lankinen still in the pipes for Chicago. Again, front end of the back-to-back for the Hawks. They're in Vancouver tomorrow. Leaf the drive. Save Lankinen. Juggled. Loose for a moment. Puljujärvi couldn't find it. Kane. Battling. Puljujärvi. Seth Jones won that battle and shoveled it up the gut. Also, a bit of an explanation for why that puck got away from Jones and off Senior's skate. It was not a direct giveaway as it first appeared.
We heard Cal Yamamoto speaking with Scott Oak in the interview after the period. He gave him props for it. And you're right off the skate. Yamamoto into the back of the net short-handed. So, an assist standing for Senior as it should be.
Draisaitl sees his pass tipped away from Barry. Recovered Nugent Hopkins. And now he'll reload. Chris Russell. The old Cowboy, a little banged up last week, but back in the lineup tonight, just in time for the injury to Cuckoo and Darnell Nurse. Caleb Jones after it for Chicago. Able to create space for Dave for the turnover. Yamamoto another steal. Takes it to Nugent. Gets it from one play from behind by Dave. The timeout, Nugent Hopkins on what looked to be a certain scoring chance.
Perfect stick, perfect time, and what a pass by Draisaitl. Nice little pick off by Yamamoto, then the Draisaitl right to Nugent Hopkins, and Hagel takes it away.
Nugent Hopkins to Draisaitl, drag move inside. Heck of a play that time by Caleb Jones. Didn't close his fist on the puck for the penalty. Cassian drops for Draisaitl, peering inside. Guides it over for Nugent Hopkins. Draisaitl, 8 3-point games and 7 2-goal contests already this year. This is game 17. Cassian protected. McLeod. Fogle. One-timer. Sam Lankinen on Cassian. McLeod to Ceci. Now Cassian. Fogle with some room. Walks in. Shot missed high glove. Running off the glass for Broberg. And now there's some 14 American League games, and he's got one of his NHL debut tonight. Fogle around the other side. Slid it well. This has been Fogle's best game in a while. Really taking it to the hole hard for Edmonton. Terrace will give it go with Cody Ceci. That is second game winner of the shootout on Thursday. Grover the shot. Just missing the tip. Fogle creating a screen in front of Lankinen.
Murphy and Jones need to get off the ice. They've been out there for over 2.5 minutes.
And the Oilers just cycling the Hawks to death right now. Senior waiting for another goal of Tyler Benson's. The Hawks again pinned beneath their goal line.
Keith to Bouchard. Back to Keith. The drive. Just wide. Senior. Tyler Benson. Strome in pursuit. Curls one to Turris. It's like apprenticeship where sometimes you get tired and they take a penalty. 2 minutes in the zone. 3 minutes for Jones and Murphy. Turris. Bouchard turns it. Gets it down low. Strome out busting. Benson back to the point. Without a stick is Hardman. Bouchard spins, gets it back from Turris, now wired it toward the net, blocked shot. Murphy had a chance to clear it. Turris, the senior, walks in and got it on the side of the net. Rebound, Caleb Jones. Failed to advance initially. Turris' second effort keeps it alive. The Oilers continue to roll it over. No stick for Hardman. Keith recognizes, waits for the change. Now McDavid. Chicago in desperate trouble. Keith. McDavid. Over. Here's McDavid. Chicago just hanging on. McDavid from Keith. What's under Bouchard? Walk by. Chicago's exhausted. Bouchard cross. Got change, however. Jones and Murphy still out there. Hyman walks in. Tucks it back to McDavid. Legs burning for the Hawks. Russell to Barry. Waiting. Whipping around for 4.5-minute shift. Knocked down by McDavid. He's playing a high stick. Reese Johnson did not recognize touchdown. McDavid flutters it over. Barry Puljujarvi from the center. By Murphy. Battling. Checked by Carpenter. Hawks make clear. And give Caleb Jones and Connor Murphy credit. They battled and stuck it out. And Edmonton unable to add to their lead. All 4 lines. That was a 4-minute and 55-second shift for Jones and Murphy. Get off the ice without taking a penalty or giving up a goal is no small feat. Not against this team. Snapped around by McCabe. Here's DeBrincat. Cody Ceci looks up ice. Finds Draisaitl. Trying to get around DeBrincat. Kicked in by Ceci. Gustafson wheels it in for Patrick Kane. Open ice for Kirby Henry. Blues up by the team. Buckets looking to express. Did some Draisaitl. Fires away. Maybe 1 pass, 2 minutes. Dark down the middle for Seth Jones. Bumped off by Ceci. Alive, Patrick Kane. Came in with 12 points in his last set for Steinke. Moving up with the Draisaitl. Couldn't sneak his way around Stillman. Feed down the middle just this hand. Grayson was not good. He gave up. Battled for by Bouchard's corner. Got a screen. Good on the Taves. Angle behind the net. Looks inside. Gustafson shot. Redirected. Just blind by Taves. He has not scored in the regular season since he played before the pandemic. Remember, he did not play last year. That was against Edmonton. Cleveland against Keith. 4 players sprung behind. Tugged free by Bouchard and McLeod. Break out for the Oilers. Game at 3-on-2 if they hurry. Barry takes the shot. Checked off the puck. Well played by Jake McCabe. And the Hawks usher it down the ice. Too much on it. It's missing. McDavid jumped up ice after 4 minutes in the offensive zone for a second shift. Once he picked this top 5 from shot, the Blues was at the bottom. The second one goes in the back. Caleb Jones gets the oxygen. Almost 5 minutes off the draw, Puljujarvi to the point for Chris Russell. Tyson Barry.
Bird around the boards. Russell, Boyer, shot high on the flat. Loose in the corner. McDavid. Going to feed the backside. Now Russell, shot. And Langford will stick that in his hip pocket.
Tylenol rapid release gel caps. Rapid scoring by the Oilers. Numbers very encouraging. They started at 10-16 on his 12 years. As opposed to going with these Paris 5-on-2 connections. Tyler Yamamoto was next to make 5th giveaway from Seth Jones. 3-0 on Yamamoto's 4th of the year. And the Oilers weren't done in previous 5 seconds. They get the full
on the schedule. Off the draw, Broberg shot was blocked in front by Connor Murphy, who presumably has been resuscitated. Up the right-hand side, Ceci maybe getting icing here, draws the icing for a bunch of the chagrin of brought him back to town.
They're too forward, driving hard to try and nullify as well, almost goes into making it. Tries to slam on the brakes right here to not take out the goaltender. Bumps him a little bit, but does everything in his power not to steamroll right through there. So a good job by him, but he didn't have the inside track. That's the race they're trying to eliminate with the icing call, maybe a little late on that.
Vogel skated himself from Bell Knight was drawn an assist. He's had some good looks. It's the kind of game where you ultimately break through if you keep playing like that. Here's a toss off the glass by Broberg. Not far enough for ice. Float back the other way by Seth Jones, but not out. Very good gas. Went to work. Gas outed for this third line. 3 weeks.
The line started off so successfully for Dave Tippett with Derek Ryan in the middle with Fogle and Cassidy in the first quarter. A little bit of a slow start and couldn't seem to find the chemistry. Ryan McLeod stepping in there for the injured Derek Ryan has done an excellent job with the score. It's just an important piece of the puzzle for any team. From Edmonton perspective, they've been looking for that third line out there in any situation that can control that up in the offensive zone, the size, physicality to it, and all that tonight.
Biggest issue in the organization is not NHL regulars. And also, third line, second line, and Keith and Ceci obviously broken up tonight due to the injuries to Nurse and Kukla. Off the draw, recovered by Bouchard, stolen away by Jonathan Toews. Shimmies his way in. Here's a drive by Hagel that does not get through it. Bouchard with a clear to Nugent Hopkins. Yamamoto hits a straight across the line. Marines off the corner boards. And Murphy's able to come up with it for Chicago. Caleb Jones to Toews. Playing well, just hasn't gotten off the schneid from a goal perspective. He was terrific in the play-in series in the summer of 2020. Scored 4 goals and assisted on 3 others. Carrying Chicago to a first-round upset.
About 30 in the rookie year for nothing. He's a scorer, no question about that. At 17 last year in the shortened season, just going through his first real dry stretch.
Here's a shot to save Skinner. Rebound punched wide. Wraparound effort from Dylan Strome. That failed. Gustafson, wrist shot, got through, saved Skinner, rebound, Strome again, wire gun, right, Season, still Skinner, what a big swing. Let's look at the 4-1 lead. Edmonton Oilers, Dylan Strome, and the Canadians.
The 2 human highlight reels who've won it each of the last 2 years. At the start of the season, Vegas had McDavid as the favorite at plus 300. At 300 to win 100. Draisaitl was neutral at plus 1,200. McDavid with 2 points tonight remains the favorite. These are the Canadians is now down to plus 150. While Draisaitl is now second place. And these odds are a reflection of what the 2 have done the first 5 6 weeks of the season. Awfully hard to find anyone right now who bet against McDavid or Draisaitl.
66 combined points to illustrate your point. Dylan Strome, who just recorded Chicago's first 2 shots this second period, dumps it in and Kara goes to work. On the screen, sends it around the boards for Gustafson. And back to Kara with Gilbert challenging. Puts the brakes on, gives to Strome. Ducks behind. On his backhand, pawn out by Seaver, drive Gustafson, and Sears out to Jones. Patrick Kane. Jones. The break in. Third in the league in goals last year behind only Matthews and McDavid. Kane to St. Jones and tries to Hawks have already given up a shorty to them. Kane snap it around. Good lead. Turns it over. Evan Moore. Terrific tonight at the mill. Lays it on to Senior. Chicago in 4-3.
They've just been dogs on a bone penalty kill. Anytime that puck's up for grabs, they're all over using their speed, counter-attacking. It's not allowing Chicago to really set up. They did have full possession in the zone, maybe a little bit overpassing, looking for that perfect play. Haven't had a shot on net yet in this power play.
Again, here's the depth. No Ryan, no Nurse. You've got senior Chris Russell giving you minutes on the penalty kill for Dave Tippett. Doing strong. 37, 12 wide line through the league. Tackling Chris Russell. He won it. And launched down the middle for another clear 15 seconds left on the Chicago power play. Back for one last rush. Gustafson riding out of body 60 points a couple of years ago. He's going for 446. Driven a line off the glass by Chris Russell out of the box. That does not hurt Edmonton. Shot into the head. Skinner stumbled, recovered, and then too far for Fogle. So the third line, Cassie, Bouchard, snap pass off the board for Murphy, tried to tuck it inside, wasn't there. Harris raked all over. McLeod, back to Fogle. They get Rowland from point blank. That wouldn't settle. Bouchard. Steal one coming here. Does have a goal for the line now. He's scored tonight. Got into the corner by Hare. Wins the battle from Cassie. Was able to usher as far as center. Where it's kicked back to Bouchard. Up to Keith. And now McDavid in full flight of Cassie. Fogle continues to pepper Kevin Lankinen. It remains 4-1. Here's Kane with 5 minutes to go in the period. Jenkins return pass off the ball. Bouchard found the clear. Doc tried to tuck one inside, intercepted by Pugliarvi and Hyman. Get it indeed. Seth Jones around the boards to the brink it. Dane. Couldn't beat Russell, but he tried to set for her. They hit the stick. Russell. Center ice, McCabe. Broken up there. Pugliarvi. Ahead to McCabe. And no chance. Gets away to Reese Johnson. Now McCabe. Get around boards. Yamamoto on the half wall with Johnson. Friends no more. Wrestling from the perimeter breaks loose. Here's an opening. Shot McCabe. And saves. Number 3 trying to rebound. Fired. Side. They've been physical. They've been absolutely pouncing on loose pucks. And Warren Fogle just continues to bring that puck with a brutal assist on the second goal for Ryan McLeod. And this one here again, driving that puck into the middle, looking for any opportunity to create off it. Any play in the offensive zone. Multiple times they've hemmed in the Blackhawks for a minute at a time. A great chance off the stick of McDavid to Fogle. He just can't find the back of the net. Maybe his best game is moving forward. Team high 4 shots. Here's Taves for Chicago. Hawks still hanging around in this game. 4-1. Shot. Doesn't get through. On for Tate with McCabe. Keith, tie-up situation. And I think Eagles hurt. He came in kind of nursing a bad shoulder, and you can hear his cry of anguish as he climbed with Keith, and he's going underneath. The stick on the board going right down the middle. Not a good sign. Down the middle. Here's Skinner. Directing one over to Evan Bouchard. He knew it right away. That's always a bad sign because the players always know. Here's Draisaitl. Split around at the point for Ceci. Still in the back one. Carroll punched it loose for scoring games slow on Edmonton. That's where we sat in game of 1. And gave the goal and assist. And all was a 4-goal flurry in 8.25 minutes for the Edmonton Oilers. Bringing that one back 2 seconds before the break. They're scoring 6. Here's Tyler Benson. Shoveling it behind the Chicago Blacks. They scored on sparing minutes. They play well tonight too. Turris thought he was on a penalty.
I like that play by Tyler Benson. Don't make the play at the blue line, get turned over, put him in deep. Has a big hit on Seth Jones and possession back for Edmonton. Throwing for Chicago. Feeling inside. Simmers. Not being able to get there. Kicked off the corner boards. Carrying all the way inside the Chicago line. Down the middle of the skate. Toward that, forced that line. Well played by Chris Russell. Roger in the mix. Challenging Kirby Doc. You and I think he might be playing springtime, not just this fall. Relationships and just trying to be in the game more and leave them physical.
One right hook at a time. Here's McLeod. Knocked off the puck and the Hawks will break out. 10 seconds. Kubalik chips some charges against Jason Bear. Takes him into the boards. He'll try to press him, keep him to the outside. McDavid will tie up the clock, knowing there's just a couple of seconds left, and the score will remain 4-1.
The score after the 2-period defending Builders in the Chicago Blackhawks. 1. Shots on goal in the second period by Chicago 5.
4-1 Edmonton after 2. Just 5 second period shots for the Hawks. The Oilers still in charge. Playing at home on Monday Night Football with David Abraham. Looking to close it out and improve their home record to 8-1. And Scott mentioned that 13-4 would regain that top spot not only in the division, but in the Western Conference. McDavid back behind, kicks it out to Bouchard. We're 10-1 against the West this year. Here's a chance for Curry. That's inside and hooked the shot wide off the dashes. Bouchard moved it swiftly ahead for McDavid. Never a bad idea. His hard pass off the corner towards the Chase Edmonton back to center. Trying to settle it down. All the scoring in the first period. David with a goal and an assist at 63 seconds apart. The Oilers have not looked back. A bit of a misplay allows Draisaitl to maintain possession in the offensive zone for Edmonton. And Nugent Hopkins follows in. Yamamoto is strong here tonight. It's still been off to Patrick Kane. And they'll launch one down the right hand side. Puck on the left side of the road up. This was Chris Russell. Harry Huntley handles the puck at his feet off to Yamamoto. Draisaitl the puck hooks. By the break ball. Fires across over the check. Rebound Seth Jones. All over Yamamoto. Flight zone.
pick his spot. Didn't miss by much, obviously.
He tucks one down low in the corner for McLeod. Picked up his second NHL goal earlier. Here's Harden. Press, gives it up. Caleb joins with the clear. Ankles one off the glass. Passing down Reese on the left side. Gustafson on the left side. Urgently rolls lane. Down the middle, scored by Turks. Benson to Sevier. Shovel down low, Caleb. Gustafson unable to clear. Busted across, Perry. One-timer toss.
So gives up one back. And Johnson comes in, but that's where you go to score goals around the net. You can see Rankin comes right out into his grill as well. Didn't like that last little jab, and everybody converts.
Approximately 3,200 scrums you were part of. Here's McDavid tried to settle. Stolen away by Haber, who's okay. That's great news for Hawks fans.
Really good news. He missed the last 3 games because of a shoulder injury. He was getting hot. 4 goals in 3 to 6 games.
Because the way he went underneath was so emphatically, you thought maybe it was more significant. Nice to see him back out there, and now he's got to step up. He's in. By Skinner, looking that short side. Broberg able to clear. David went down. Felt he was interfered with. Had nothing to do with it. No surprise here in Edmonton. Not impressed. Davis. He'll gain the lead. Circle. Dish. Shot Murphy. Save made. Skinner. Save. Davis back behind. The two veterans. 29 years combined in the Hawks uniform. Unable to score, and now it's Braxton the other way. And Nugent Hopkins at Yamamoto. Take it away. Hayes will bring it up the ice. Bring it towards the lane. Now it's Murphy on the backhand shot. Clean sneak it short side. Yamamoto. Went too far for the first wrestle. Hayes. Gets it out to Murphy. His hand, but not Hayes. Patrick Hayes. Stuffed it inside. That was broken up. 2 sticks in the lane. Draisaitl able to clear. Yamamoto softly beyond the Chicago defense.
Stars pressing in this third period. Obviously have to down 3 goals in this game, but every chance they get, they're up the ice in a hurry for Edmonton. Be a little aware of that. Trying to make those high-risk passes into the zone, get pucks in behind. You're up by 3.
Great player, but he's not going to continue. Very sharp. Over. And go up the heel of the stick, but here's Cassie. Wow, the solid backtrack moments ago. He has really picked up this game in the last week and a half. Jake McCabe, they're going strong. This Margarita, who believed it was the draft this far. Chance on mid-air swipe, couldn't convert. Reese Johnson is Stillman, he's shot. Ricocheted in the corner. Looked like it came off the arm. Tried to send it. Left it Stillman. To the corner, Kubelik. Pulled around to Ryan Carter. Stillman! And he kept him. He kept him away. Seth Jones, the Rossi's diamond pulley free. That's a Pugliarvi shot. Angled off the blocker of Hackman. Recovered by Pugliarvi. This thing snaked it the last week or so. That's gorgeous. Chance is 75-97. Carpenter gets in the mix. Frees it up for Carey. In ahead, Seth Jones. Carpenter. Around the boards. Stolen away by Piggy CC. And the puck exits the highway. He'll hit the line. Good shot. He'll take the one-timer wrist shot. Hasn't been low rebound. 13:41 to play in regulation.
Good position by Jake McCabe there. He kind of felt that one after one-time blast from the dry side of the spot he loved to shoot it. He was there ready for it.
Any realistic hopes you think would be extinguished if the Oilers score here? Nugent Hopkins stripped. Cleared by Connor Murphy, and Edmonton must pursue. Again, this is where the Hawks improve penalty kill can help them. They did not last year when they were stuck at 78%. Barry the drop to Connor McDavid. Slides to Draisaitl. Pressured by Carey. His longtime teammate. Stillman is able to lift it successfully back down the ice.
So this will be handled by the Hawks. All four Hawks will right down converge in this right corner on Draisaitl. Turn that puck over and put it down the ice. And that gets to McDavid or back to the blue line. Look out. But the gamble paid off.
Cameron checks on David. Hopkins just missed the line. It's pointed at the ice.
Right there. Nugent Hopkins gets that puck. He's got some time, but he's cannot pick that spot just as he's blind.
Under control here. Half-minute left on this Oiler power play. Warren Fogle, Jefferson charges. Loud and Cassian at home. One scooted past Cassian without Bouchard. Cycle maintained by McLeod. Bouchard now Bouchard. First game against Chicago. After 18-plus years with the organization. Bouchard. McLeod settles. Just pass. Bouchard's going to hold this on. Here's a team.
In two of the four seasons that he played the National Hockey League, he does not waste any time. If Bouchard just gets tangled up, can't find this one of the skates. Beautiful pass. Bouchard right to the brick, off the stick and flash. It's a two-goal game. Duncan Keith
Chicago goal scorer, Blackhawks goal scored by the Breaker. The fifth goal at 9 minutes.
He'll hit center, double behind the Oilers defense. Draisaitl. Nice snap behind the Chicago defense. Kurashev delivered that pass right on time. Waited. He got it across. Moving upwards. Off the boards to Cody Ceci. Draisaitl. Peering inside. Directs a pass to Tyson Barrie. In his grip. Barrie maintains the Draisaitl. Back to Nugent Hopkins. Waits, loads. The tiny fire was blocked by Gustafsson. And Kane will take the ricochet up the center and dump it in. Line change Chicago. Barrie. Getting pressured by Kubaloo. Off the board. Stillman will fire it right back in. Skinner to 7. Are even at 29. The Oilers still lead by a deuce. David hits the line. Slide it over to Hyman. Broken up, and Hyman is able to control and wind it around. David against Seth Jones. To Pouliot. David through still. Center pass just underneath to Pouliot. Back the other way by Kubaloo. CC pushes ahead for Hyman. Here comes the Edmonton count. Pouliot drives it off. Jared Barrie. That even did not help Luke. He knew he was coming, but still was strict.
I mean, when he wants that puck, he's almost impossible to keep it away from him.
Murphy. Robinson punches it in. Hard hit by CC on the ground. Working play. Johnson. Jones, Murphy a shot. Slipped wide. Caleb Jones around the boards. Backs it up as it's funneled back through center. He's been in games. Now Barrie down on Connor Murphy, who wisely is fresh in the better part of Valley Downs. Now walking in his Haven. Drop pass Kirby down for Draisaitl out. Beautiful reverse pivot. Hopkins pestering him. Fourth and 9. Hagel trying to create space for himself against Bill Cousins. Kurashev down to 1-8. Exits it, stands back to Goldberg, breaks the big hit, Gustafsson gets it back low.
He ends up right there by 186 to duck underneath the Gustafsson there as he was in the tracks on that shot.
Caleb Jones watches his brother Seth takes a skate, dishes off to Stillman. Game bottled up by CC and it's forced back into Chicago's zone. James to the brink of the dugout. David breaks free. Down the middle. Heading for the net. Bouchard over to McKee. Cross-ice McKee. Goes up. Works it. Starts 12 times. Slightly hobbled by that kid. Around the boards, Hyman, but still no touch up.
Physical play. John Kerr gets his old team, takes down McLeod and also Carpenter, and then Zach Casson responds with a pretty big hit, and then Philip Goldberg gets his first hit. For the second time this game, Jack, both penalties against Connor David right here. That's why there's the
Nugent Hopkins and this man, Tyson Barry. Nugent Hopkins, Brasso, McDavid. Sets it up. McDavid inside, drives it, shot, bounce, whipped around the boards. Franklin has not surrendered a goal since the first period, taken away by McCabe. And Ayers able to launch before 200.
He's come up with some real big saves, and heard Kelly Rudy say he would keep him in there, say get in there and keep batting. That's exactly what he's done.
McDavid from Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins. Out with good anticipation. Nugent Hopkins kept on the line for second effort from Draisaitl. McDavid. Really earning that front. Barry moves it. Nugent Hopkins. Barry. McDavid thought about a one-timer. Barry will take it. Shade off Murphy on the play. Looking for the latest sport news, backstories, insight, and analysis that you won't see anywhere else. Subscribe to the Buzzer newsletter today.
Up over the glass.
Face-off win for Chicago. Was dumped down the ice. That two-bouncer fielded flawlessly by Seaver. But Edmonton must reset. 50 seconds on the man advantage. 5.5 to go in the hockey game. Oilers once 4-0 lead, now 4-2. Here's McDavid, but we get a quick play behind it. He took out Reese Johnson. He gets nailed for his second minor of the game. Whistle against Hyman. Chicago beat up. They will regain power play of its own.
Trying to open up that seam to allow McDavid to fly right down the right-hand side of it. Just a little too aggressively into the middle. You see Johnson trying to come back and boom, right there's the pump as he takes out two guys. Carroll getting injured as well. He started to smell and gets away with it because he moved in.
Drop pass McLeod, weaving in, shot, just missed. Through the lead, stonewalled by Bouchard. Bouchard, the two Hawks on him, tries to protect that puck. Doc able to rake it free for Bouchard, now Stillman with a reset. Chicago will go on a power play here, less than 10 ticks on the clock. Doc will put it in. Keith quickly off the Yamamoto. Bouchard crossed up the Yamamoto a bit. He recovers without a problem. Bouchard after a time fires Seaver. Actually, Oilers a move in here. Shot Seaver, blocked the side by Rankin. Good recognizance by Seaver to at least test the Chicago goalie there. The Hawks power play already inside a minute. Having trouble extricating themselves from going out. And will quarterback. Right side, Johnson puck. Scooted down low by Griffin. Russell, Senior, and Yamamoto out. Gustafson and Taves. Gustafson. One time in the game, not much on it. More than five. Senior players no good.
That was a shot that Kate was looking for, just trying to follow through, and that puck just catches the top part of the blade.
That season's 46 and 44 goals, and it's missing 2.5 to go. The lead would seem to be insurmountable. Cut to Jackson. Little save. Into the intersection. Those old Blues unis. St. Louis slumping right now, beaten by Dallas. The Flames spoiling two parties in Long Island 49 years apart. Atlanta in 1972 and tonight Calgary. Stillman got the line off the right. Reese Johnson can't get through. Covered by Connor Murphy high up on the plate. Stillman down low. We go inside. 2 minutes to play here in Edmonton. Destined for another home win. They'll go to 8-1 here at Rogers Place as Cassian tucks it inside the Chicago Blue. Still in a high floater. Tyson Berry ruminating on what he's going to tell Scott Oak and Louis DeBrusque about 30 minutes down. Looking forward to it. Seaver, Benson, Ware, one high and wide. Turris. Benson. Seaver pressed by Gustafson. Benson whips around. Berry trying to fish after him. People leaving out the basket. Over Seaver. His best game is in order. Taken away by Kirby Doc. Now Hagel on the move.